I think the committee received a letter from the United UKB. How do you say the K?
Katua.
Okay. Questioning your impartiality and your ability to serve. What would you say?
I would say, certainly there's been a fair amount of litigation between the Cherokee Nation and the United Katua Band. And in that litigation, I represented my client to the best of my ability, which is my job and duty. Certainly, taking on the role of federal district judge is one that leaves behind the life of advocacy and embraces the job and the life of a jurist, one who takes the case before them and looks at them fairly impartially and applies to a lot of the facts. And I understand very much that that's the job of the district judge and not to serve as an advocate.
Okay. Are you familiar with called a corrupt bargain? The allegation of corrupt bargain between the Cherokee Federal and HHS concerning construction of a migrant detention center. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not. I'm familiar with the attempt to construct a migrant facility that.
But you had nothing to do with that?
No, that was done by Cherokee Nation businesses.
Okay, as an advocate for the Cherokee Nation, obviously you have to represent your client with vigor, and I think that's what all lawyers do. The two senators speak very well of you. When it comes to the Dakota pipeline, can you tell me your position regarding that?
So when the Dakota Access Pipeline was, the dispute in Indian Country arose with the Standing Rock Reservation, I was the Secretary of Natural Resources for the Cherokee Nation. The legislature, the elected leaders of the Cherokee Nation, passed resolutions in support of the Standing Rock tribe. And so as part of a delegation of the Cherokee Nation, I participated in activities regarding that pipeline.
Okay, in terms of, do you have any particular bias against the fossil fuel industry?
I do not. I've worked, I think my record reflects that I've worked also with fossil fuel companies when they are putting in infrastructure, things like pipelines. One of the things they have to deal with is trying to make sure they don't affect the various sites where there might be tribal interests. And so working directly with those pipeline companies to make sure that they're sited properly and in compliance with the law is something that I've also done. So I've worked with companies that are also involved in fossil fuels. I do not believe I have any bias against them, and I think my record would reflect that.
Ma'am, how you say your last name again?
Manglonia.
How long does it take to get from Saipan to here?
24 hours one way, door to door.
You said that very certain. That's a
I've done it many
long,
times.
So you also have cases in Guam, is that right?
Yes, I sit by designation.
Is there anything the committee can do to make your job easier?
Confirm me?
Yeah, that's a good answer. I just assumed you had the job, so yeah, let me not jump over that part. Seem to be well qualified. Everybody listening back in Saipan, she's doing good.
Yes.
So, how do you really, how long does it take you to get to Guam?
Well, Saipan and Guam are in the same archipelago, so I just fly down. It's about a 30-minute flight. Unfortunately, airline is the only way. Boat is by days. And so we're in the same time zone. Makes it easier. There were the days when we would have 3 to 5 flights in a day. Nowadays, it's very restricted, so it does constrain, but thank goodness for modern technology. In 2021, I presided over a 7-week trial where I was doing the trial in Guam and then handling my cases virtually in Saipan, so I can move things along.
Okay. Thank you much.
Senator Hirono.
Mr. Chairman.